93 Eclipse. The final.
Well, the Clippers are about to win in Phoenix. Make it 17 wins in their last 21 games, and they do so without James Harden in impressive fashion. Winning big in a game where they turned the ball over far too much, missed far too many free throws. But they dominated in the paint. Something fierce. They destroyed Phoenix in paint points. 64-18. 64-18. Impressive victory by the Clippers. Jordan Miller great in the second half. Kobe Sanders solid in the first half. Kawhi much more aggressive in the second half.
And no problem. Victory over the second hottest team in the NBA since December 20th. Shot clock winds down. Kawhi Leonard, 27th straight 20-point game, not named an All-Star earlier today. From the sound of it, he will be available tomorrow inbound from Livers. That does it. The Clippers take down the Suns 117-93 as they beat Phoenix here at Morgan Matchup Center. The Clippers getting a win over the Suns for the first time since April 9th, 2024 in Phoenix. Jordan Miller, 20 off the bench. Kawhi with 25. Those are two leading scorers for the Clips. 16 and 9 from John Collins. How about a 14-point, 20-rebound performance from Ivica Zubac? Huge in this game. The Clippers, 64 points in the paint. They averaged just 46 a game. So to come away with that many is pretty unbelievable. Kobe Sanders is going to put on the headset for us. Clippers get the victory. Kobe, you got us?
Yes, sir. What's up?
What's up? Good to hear your voice. Clippers come away with a win. You get the start today, Kobe, plus 16, the highest of the starters. 12 points, 5 for 9 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. This team had 64 points in the paint today. You guys averaged just 46 a game. Was that a focus coming in to attack the paint and be so aggressive? Because it really worked tonight.
I think we had the mismatch inside. I think the focus was Zoo and Brooke. You saw the double big lineup, and we were just trying to punch it in there. And we did a great job punching it in there, then finding the open man off of that. You know, JC's always a big part of the points in the paint, KD getting downhill. So that was a good team effort.
You know, James Harden today, you guys still come away with the victory in this one. Jordan Miller, your fellow young guy off the bench, with 20 today.
He cold.
How do you know when he's got it going on a given night?
I haven't seen a night that he really don't have it going. So, but, you know, his ability to get downhill and finish him and draw fouls is unlike I've ever seen. And he just needs to continue to go hard. And, you know, me and him, the young guys, trying to bring energy.
The Clippers come away with a win. You guys are 2-1 on the road trip. You got Philly tomorrow night. What's going to be the key against the 76ers looking ahead?
Just coming out with energy. You know, back-to-back, we have, you know, the mojo going right now. So just trying to pour it into tomorrow. You know, back-to-back, they're always hard, so we got to come out and punch first.
All right, thank you, Kobe. Yep. Congratulations on the win.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Clippers get it done in Phoenix, 117-93, behind 25 from Kawhi. Kobe Sanders making his 9th start, his 40th appearance of the year, helping the Clippers get to the finish line. All right, well, we will be right back after this for our engineer, Brian DeVos, our statistician, Eric Hudson. Carlo Jimenez saying so long from Phoenix. Daniel West, our producer, and Adam Osmond will take you the rest of the way here in the Clippers Audio Network.
I think this comment is funny from Alfonso. I would say it almost looked like the NBA knew the Clippers got jobbed on Friday night, and they gave them a better whistle tonight. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I observed the Clippers getting a much better whistle in this game. Kawhi, everybody, than what we saw Friday night with that bullshit. And that's what it was, if I'm being honest. I brought up how there's 14 different reasons that can trigger an instant replay review. What happened on Friday night in Denver, not one of them. It was a non-call. There's nothing there to trigger a review. So when I say BS, Pardon the language, but that's exactly what it was. Not saying the Clippers win that game without it. They were still down 4, but just keeping it a buck.
Your next Toyota car, truck, or SUV. Just visit Toyota.com.
Flew bit his tongue. After I did more and more research to see if there was any justification for that call Friday night or them reviewing that play, and you can't find anything, even in the most twisted, tortured language to try to make it seem like, oh no, hostile act. No, there was nothing. Great to see the Clippers bounce back. Not let the disappointment of that loss turn into 2 losses. That happens sometimes. Great victory in Phoenix against a team that they have a top 5 defense in the league, guys. And while they're missing Devin Booker and they don't have Jalen Green, those aren't good defenders. And the Clippers in the second half were pretty stellar offensively against them. Great game from Ivica Zubac, Jordan Miller, Kawhi's Kawhi. Thought Kobe Sanders was very good in the first half. This one up. Let's go.
This is Clippers Locker.
In the third, late in the second, where Ivica gets the ball on the right block, he pounds the leather into the chest and just somehow finds a way to beat Mark Williams all the way to the rim with an easy right-handed finish. Super impressive for Ivica Zubac to be able to get downhill and finish. And it was so great to see the Clippers just come away with a big-time victory in this game. I think the biggest thing for the Clippers in this one is the way they did it. You know, we've seen this team outshoot teams, outscore teams, just getting up more threes and make more threes. But they didn't do it that way today. They got in the paint, and when you have multiple ways to win games, that shows how good of a team you are. And the Clippers got it done tonight by dominating the interior. They did not make a ton of threes in this game, but they just dominated the purple paint here at Mortgage Matchup Center.
They didn't make a ton of threes, just 9 of 24. Phoenix was 19 of 46. They missed 12 free throws in the game, a historically good free throw shooting team, including a game where Kawhi Leonard was 6 of 10 at the charity stripe. They had 18 turnovers, just 5 for the Phoenix Suns, and they still led by as many as 24 in the ball game. Impressive.
I mean, you think about the things that didn't go their way or they didn't do extremely well today, but still to have the lead. They were the more physical team today. And what's been the conversations around Phoenix this season, and they're now 30-20, is they're going to work hard. They're going to be super physical. They're going to be super scrappy. I think the Clippers were better in all those areas tonight. They were the more physical team. They were the scrappier team. They got on the floor. They got to the offensive glass. They were aggressive in transition. I mean, this was truly a gut win for this Clippers team against a team in Phoenix that's been winning games by gutting it out, by being more aggressive and more physical. Yet it was the Clippers who brought the physicality tonight. And what more can you say about Ivica Zubac? 20 rebounds. Are you kidding me? This guy was unbelievable today. He'll be in Phoenix's nightmares tonight. I mean, they could not stop him with 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on the floor. It didn't matter. Big Zoo was inevitable, like Thanos tonight.
It almost seemed like this Clippers team heard the noise about the Phoenix Suns being this year's version of the Clippers, and they said, nah, we're still the original here, and we're still that gritty, tough-minded team out there. And they scrapped, and their defense was elite, holding the Suns to just 93 points. And I thought the way they came out in that third quarter, I believe first it was a Kobe Sanders three-pointer, but then Kawhi Leonard got to work. That fadeaway he hit over the double team on the right baseline, that is an all-star type of fadeaway if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I mean, the highest points per game by anybody not named an all-star, Kawhi Leonard. Again, head scratcher for sure. I'm sure a lot of people will talk about it in the next coming days. 25 today, Adam. Now that's 27 in a row. This guy continues to just be next level for the Clippers and played 29 minutes. I thought for the most part, Adam, front end of a back-to-back, Zubac plays your most at 33 minutes, 19 seconds. That's not horrible. Ty Lue did a pretty good job of balancing the minutes in this game. You only have 3 starters play over 30, and that's with Chris Dunn playing 30 minutes and 15 seconds. So we'll see how good the Clippers' legs are today, but 20 from Batum, 20 minutes from Lopez, 23 minutes from Jordan Miller. Cam Christie gave you a great 14 minutes. I mean, he was a plus 25 in this game off the bench. So good to see him be aggressive for this Clipper team on offense when they needed him. We'll see if Harden is good to go tomorrow. Again, personal reasons. So not an injury. He's not trying to nurse anything back. Hopefully everything's okay. We wish Harden the best and take as much time as you need. But impressive by the Clippers to shoot 52% from the field against a top 5 defense in the Phoenix Suns.
You mentioned some of the young guys there, and you talked with one of them in Kobe Sanders postgame, asking him about Jordan Miller. He said, cold. He's cold with it. Well, he was, especially when it mattered most. He had 16 of his 20 points in the second half and was one of the big reasons the Clippers were able to hold on to a substantial 15-plus point lead throughout most of the second half.
He was unbelievable, Adam. I mean, he hit big shot after big shot. He was really the difference maker. From the Clippers were hovering around. They're up 10, they're up 12, they're up 14. It was kind of in that range. And Jordan Miller went off, and it was a 20-point game all of a sudden. I mean, he really kicked the door down for the Clippers and was able to inflate it to a healthy advantage. On a night where you missed 12 free throws, I'll take the victory for the Clippers, Adam. They shot almost better from the field than the free throw line, and they attempted 34 free throws in this game, somehow still came away with a victory. It's just it's the mark of a good team. I mean, if you want to be a good team in this league, sometimes you got to find different ways to win, and the Clippers did that tonight. We'll see if they can find another way to win against a very good Philly team tomorrow. 76ers, an all-star starter, and Maxey Embiid probably feels like he was snubbed. He's had a couple 40-point games, so I'm sure it'll be a big-time matchup, and Harden's going against his former team. I'm excited for that one, Adam. I'm more excited, though, to see your face tomorrow.
Same here, my friend. Tip off. Clippers back it into a dome, hosting the Philadelphia 76ers at 7 tomorrow. We'll have your pregame show starting right here at 6. Carlo, great call. See you back at the dome tomorrow, my friend.
See you tomorrow, Adam. Let's go.
Coming up next, second half highlights. Clippers pull away and dominate the Suns in the second half, winning 117-93 without James Harden. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
And then Miller, second half.
Why? And then Jordan Miller,
Hey,
second
you
half.
gotta have a good one. Travel safe.
I like what we're seeing here, Clipper Nation. They've won 17 of their last 21 games. And I can't believe the margin of error this team could have on a night where they don't play their best in 3 different areas: 3-point shooting, free throws, turnovers, and they still dominated the second half. That's pretty eye-opening. That is something to consider when evaluating just how much better this Clippers team has gotten. They were turning the ball over. They had 10 of their 16 turnovers in the first half. You could see without James Harden, it's happened before where the Clippers they have a difficult time orchestrating the offense. James Harden's only missed 4 games this season, but without him, it's obviously very different. But they eventually clicked in the second half. And then points in the paint leading to all those free throws and just a physical dominated game. You had some flagrants in there, some chippiness, but the Clippers got the best of Dylan the Villain, Grayson Allen, and these Phoenix Suns.
And we're going till 8:30 tonight.
Got you for the next 45 minutes. If you want to get on, 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570.
I was feeling strong. I plenty of tempo all the time. Wait.
It was interesting that Bogey didn't play. Almost made me think, were there some trade conversations being had?
I get all the power I need. It tastes great. And they're ready to eat in 2 minutes.
Emoji eyes?
Need to get on that. For real. Go to factory.
Clippers with a very professional bounce-back victory in Phoenix after a disappointing loss, a controversial one Friday night in Denver. Clippers win 117-93. I'm Adam Osland. Welcome back in. This is your Clippers postgame show. Coming up, we will have Clippers talk for you on AM 570 LA Sports. 866-987-2570 is the phone number if you want to get on. Clippers led by 6 at the half, led by as many as 13 in the first half, but it was just 49-43 heading into that second half. And to get things started in the third quarter, Kawhi Leonard got active in a hurry.
Crosses to his left hand, pops a right elbow jumper, and lasers it in. Kawhi Leonard. Oh, my goodness. Leonard on the baseline against Gillespie. Double team, spins away from it, fades, fires, lines it up, and knocks it down. Kawhi in between the circles, stepping back in the left wing, crossing Leonard, feeling good. Leonard firing for 3, lasers another one in. Kawhi Leonard, 8 in a row for the Claw.
Kawhi up to 21 points by the end of the third quarter, where the Clippers led 85-71 as the backups came in and started giving them a real good boost off the bench, like Jordan Miller, who had 6 points in the third near the end, kept it going in the fourth.
Hands it to Jordan Miller. At the top of the key with 8 to shoot. Miller steps back. A 3 is up. A 3 is in. Jordan Miller hands the triple. Dribbling with the right hand. Hammering it. Swing it. Miller. He's feeling good. Left wing 3. Miller making it rain. Time out, Phoenix. Jordan Miller going to work here in the fourth. Looking for Miller. Finds him on the left wing. Miller turns the corner into the paint. Pulls up from the free throw line and drops it in with the left hand. How about 18 off the bench from Jordan Miller? I just checked my watch. Fourth quarter time is Miller time.
Jordan Miller with 10 points in the fourth quarter alone kept pedal to metal, or B2A, you could say. This Clippers team would go on to win 117-93 over the Phoenix Suns as they led by as many as 24 and improve now to 23-25 on the season. Front end of a back-to-back. Clippers back home tomorrow at Intuit Dome against the Philadelphia 76ers. Tip-off at 7, pregame show at 6. Coming up next, your final box score right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Back again with another edition. There may only be 82 games in the regular season. Don't forget the playoffs. But there's 365 days to talk Clippers. This is Clippers.
Them swishes were loud in Phoenix. Yeah. That microphone was very close to the hoop.
About the LA Clippers in the NBA.
866-987-2570. If you guys want to get on.
Be sure to subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe.
Earlier, don't forget to check out in the video section. We had Robert Flama on pregame talking about Kawhi Leonard being snubbed, not an all-star. I'll talk about it more here in the postgame show. I think I know the reasons why. I don't agree with it, but we'll get into it a little bit more here. And we'll take your phone calls. Suns commentators were salty. Chippy game. Clippers got a lot of free throws, 34 attempts, 16 more than the Phoenix Suns. This is why I say, like, you can't just look at free throws attempted and say, well, one team got way more, therefore it was unfair. Well, the Suns also took 25 more three-pointers. Clippers talk. Please hold. If you end up taking 22 more three-pointers, you're probably not getting into the paint as much. You're not going to get as many calls. The Clippers were forcing the issue, and the Suns were fouling a lot, but it still felt like the Clippers got a pretty friendly whistle, unlike Friday night. Wonder if there's a connection there, like the team or the league knew they screwed up
Pictures, insurance company affiliates of insurers not available in most states or situations. Let's get back at it. This is LA Clippers Fast.
Clippers win 117-93 in Phoenix over the Suns. Still 2 games under 500, but 17 wins in their last 21 games now. And they did this without James Harden. Pretty impressive to pull away in the second half, lead by as many as 24, and get the job done on the front end of a back-to-back. Clippers ended up shooting 52% from the field. Suns just 33%. Clippers went 9 of 24 from the outside after a very slow start, still got to 38%. The Suns were 19 of 46. That's 41% from three. I joked during the broadcast at one point, they should just stop taking twos. They shot better from three than two in the game. Big disparity when it came to free throws attempted. Clippers at 34 attempts, Suns at 18, but the Clippers still missed 12 free throws, the best three-point free throw shooting team in the league, and a historically great free throw shooting team, especially with Kawhi Leonard, who also missed 4, to go 22 of 34. The charity stripe was odd. The Suns also missed 6 attempts at the charity stripe. Suns with just 5 turnovers in the game. Clippers had 18, leading to 13 points for Phoenix. So the Clippers got outshot from 3 by a country mile. They ended up with 13 more turnovers than Phoenix. They did some things very poorly, and they still ended up dominating this ball game, which tells you how much better they are or can be when they're playing the right way. And in the second half, I thought they did that for the most part. Kawhi led them with 25 points, 27th straight game where Kawhi has had 20 or more, longest streak in his career. Just 1 of 5 from the outside, 9 of 20 from the field. Ivica Zubac, 14 and 20. Tough. Just absolutely mauling Mark Williams, who couldn't handle him and fouled out of the ball game. John Collins, especially good in the first half, finished with 16 points and some big throwdowns in the first 24 minutes, 6 of 10, 1 of 3 from the field. Also chipped in with 9 rebounds. And then Kobe Sanders getting the start with no James Harden. He had 12 points. 4 assists. Chris Dunn with 8, just 2 of 8 from the floor, but the defense was very good, and it was getting chippy between him and Dylan Brooks at times. Neither team liked the way this one was being called. Off the bench, Brook Lopez, very good minutes. He had a big three-pointer, really opened this thing up too. 8 points, 3 of 7 shooting, and he and Ivica Zubac went plus 11 in their minutes out there together, the double big lineup. Nico Batum, 3 points off 1 3-pointer. He had 8 rebounds. This team was hustling. They were getting offensive rebounds, 15 of them total. And then Jordan Miller, 20 points off the bench, 16 of which came in the second half. He was really the difference in the Clippers being able to keep that distance between themselves and Phoenix. Cam Christian, just 14 minutes, had 6 points and was plus 25 out there. Phoenix was led by Grayson Allen with 23 points, but just 7 of 21 shooting. Dylan the Villain had 22 on just 7 of 20 shooting. Again, they shot 33% from the field. Clippers go on to win by 24. 117-93 is your final. I'll do it again tomorrow. Back it into a dome. Clippers hosting Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. No Paul George. No return this time. Obviously, the 25-game suspension for PG-13. Tip-off at 7. Pregame show at 6 outside of Los Angeles. We'll talk to you then in LA. It's Clippers Talk next. Clippers with a professional response after what happened on Friday night in Denver. They win without James Harden in Phoenix, 117-93, with 64 points in the paint compared to just 18 for the Suns. Welcome into Clippers Talk. I'm Adam Osland, 866-987-2570, 866-987-2570. If you want to call in, this Clippers team, and I saw this from La Murray of The Athletic, this is a wild stat because they got outshot from three. 19 makes for the Suns, 10 more than the Clippers made. They were 19 of 46. Clippers 9 of 24 from three. But then you look at points in the paint. Clippers 64, Suns just 18 as they shot 9 of 34. They shot 26% on shots inside the paint. Clippers defense was suffocating. Their interior defense was great. Suns also were missing some shots too, but I really like this defensive effort and the physicality the Clippers brought. 15 offensive rebounds. There was a possession in the fourth quarter where they had 4 different opportunities, and eventually Ivica Zubac, after his second offensive rebound in one possession, got fouled, went to the free throw line. Clippers weren't great there. Just 22 of 34, but they got a lot of attempts because they were the more active physical team out there. They still missed 12 free throws, which is unbelievable for this team. And Kawhi missed 4 of them. But even though they had 13 more turnovers than Phoenix, outshot from 3, were poor at the free throw line. You have a disparity like 64-18 when it comes to points in the paint. I guess that's how you end up winning by 24. 117-93, the final. And there were some moments in the second half where I thought the Clippers let the Suns off the hook. They had earlier chances to put them away, but they eventually did. And I like the focus coming out of the half. I joked that maybe Kawhi, because, he's not exactly online. He's not very active on social media. Maybe he found out at the half that he didn't end up being an all-star, because it sure looked like he had something for the Suns to start the third quarter. First, it was a Kobe Sanders 3 from the Clippers after they led 49-43 at the half, just by 6 after leading by as many as 13 in the first half. But then Kawhi, tough jumper, was talking to Scott Foster afterwards after he was bumped by Gillespie. No call. Kawhi, fade away, right baseline, over 2. Tough shot. Now they're up by 10. A Brooks 3 ball made it a 7-point game. That would be Dylan the Villain Brooks. A Kawhi 3 to respond after a crazy handle off the bounce 3 that he hit in the face of Dylan Brooks. Just an unbelievable shot to make it 59-49. And then Zubac rolling to the rim off a Kawhi pass. They're up by 12. And I was thinking to myself, this is it. They're going to pull away, win by 24. They eventually did, but the Suns made a run back. Gillespie 3-pointer. Collins answers with the 3. They're still up by 12. Zoo was really unhappy with Scott Foster. O'Neal hit him with an elbow. They eventually reviewed it and called it a flagrant foul. It was, as he had a forearm to the back of Ivica Zubac, but Zoo missed both. Missed both free throws. Spit it out, Osland. But then you get the ball back because it was a flagrant, and he goes on the left block and makes a move on Mark Williams and just bodies him with force. This was some of the best offensive repertoire we've seen from Ivica Zubac in terms of bag and getting into it. Left-handed, tough layups. So now the Clippers are up by 14. Okay, this is it. They're going to end them right now. Gillespie 3-pointer, 11-point game. Offensive foul on Chris Dunn. They call forearm flagrant on him, on Grayson Allen. It's a 9-point game after Suns free throws. Then Brooks hits a floater. It was a 7-0 run by Phoenix where it went from a 14-point game, Clippers up 14, down to 7 in 29 seconds. Because of the flagrant, because of the stoppage in play, you go from up 14 to just being in a 7-point game. On the other end, Dunn would draw a foul, get him back up by 9. Allen free throws, 8-point game. Collins with a putback, 10-point game. Clippers up by 10. Sanders layup going to his left. Kobe Sanders was very good in his start in this game again on both ends of the floor. He guarded Dylan Brooks well in some possessions. Brooks was just 7 of 20, but Kobe Sanders 5 of 9 in 31 minutes, had 12 points without James Harden. Zoo then had a rebound to Sanders, up ahead to Collins, who was ripped down by Grayson Allen and was flexing his right wrist. And he went just 1 of 2 at the charity stripe, and I was a little bit concerned with John Collins, just a little bit wary of the fact that it was a physical play. He was flexing his right wrist, hopefully nothing there. More on that after we pause 10 seconds for station identification here on AM 570 LA Sports. So Collins splits the free throws. They're back up by 13 now. Remember, they were up 14, got down to 7 in 29 seconds. Now they're up 13. Are they going to put them away now? No. Suns three-pointer on the other end. 10-point game. Turnover, and then Goodwin threw it off of John Collins. Ball back to Phoenix. Allen three-pointer. It's back to a 7-point game. 73-66. Another opportunity. Slipped through their fingers. Zoo back at the charity stripe. Misses both free throws. The Clippers missed 12 in this game, and he missed both again. But then had a big block on the other end, and Lopez hit a three-pointer to put him up by 10. Double bigs back in there. They went plus 11 in the game because they had a great stretch in the first half of 5 minutes where Brook Lopez and Zubac together went plus 11 out there during that time. Unfortunately, Goodwin 3. 7-point game. But then a zoo and one on Mark Williams as he was crossing the paint with a push shot. Beautiful. Hit the free throw this time. Clippers up by 10. There was even a possession, you're talking about the double big game, where only Brook Lopez and Ivica Zubac touched the ball, running a little two-man game. That happened. Zoo brought it into the front court, found Brook, gave it back to Zoo, back to Brook. They didn't get anything out of it, but the next possession, Jordan Miller hits a three-pointer. Now he's starting to heat up, and the Clippers are back up by 13. This time, the double bigs just went even in their minutes in the second half together. Miller gets to the charity stripe, and it's such just a bonus, not just because he's at the line, but an ability that is so welcome on this Clippers team. Another guy who can easily draw fouls in Jordan Miller. Now, he went 1 of 2 because the Clippers were missing everything for whatever reason there. But they had a 14-point lead with 1 minute left in the third quarter. Suns take it down to a 12-point lead after some free throws. Jordan Miller draws another foul. 7 seconds left. This time hits both, and the Clippers are leading by 14 heading into the fourth quarter. And this time only had 3 turnovers in the third. They had 10 turnovers total in the first half. To start the fourth, Lopez and 1. Now the Clippers are on an 11-2 run from the end of the third into the fourth. They got their largest lead of 17. Jordan Miller then hits a step-back 3, and they're up by 20. 91-71. Another three-pointer as a double team came towards Kawhi, and he kicked it out to Jordan Miller. They're up by 21 a few possessions later. And from that point on, the Clippers had enough distance. Phoenix got it down to 15 around the 5-minute mark, but then there was the possession that I referenced earlier where first Batum misses a 3, but a Chris Dunn offensive rebound. Another miss, a Zoo offensive rebound. Kawhi misses a 3. Another Zoo offensive rebound. This time he's fouled. He hits the free throws. Maybe the biggest possession of the game to finish them off as the Clippers would go on to win big in Phoenix, 117-93 against a team that a lot of people are saying is the Clippers of this year. They are overachieving, or the Clippers of last season, I should say. Last season, everybody said, especially before Kawhi came back, the Clippers were overachieving. Their defense was much better than people thought. They were doing more than just keeping their heads above water. People are saying the same thing about Phoenix this season. Nobody expected them to be 30-19 like they were heading into this game today. The Clippers beat them at their own game and showed them, nah, we're still that gritty team. We're turning things around. We've won 17 of 21. We're the tougher team. Because Phoenix is the 5th best defense this year. The Clippers have been much better recently, but it took quite a while. So they took back their identity maybe and showed Phoenix, like, when the Clippers play the right way, they're the grittier, tougher team out there. And I know Phoenix was missing Jalen Green, who's been out a lot with a hamstring injury so far this season in his first year with them, and obviously Devin Booker. But the Clippers missing James Harden and winning by 24 on the front end of a back-to-back where Kawhi looks to still be on a minutes restriction. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll hear from Coach Lou coming up. Clippers win 117-93 in Phoenix over the Suns. Close them out in style thanks to 10 points in the fourth quarter from Jordan Miller. And the Clippers win by 24. Coming up next, we'll take your phone calls, 866-987-2570. I'll also talk more about the snub with Kawhi Leonard not making the All-Star team. I'm Adam Osland, and this is Clippers Talk here on AM 570 LA Sports.
Back again with another edition. There may only be 82 games in the regular season. Don't forget the playoffs. But there's 365 days to talk Clippers.
Some of the rebound disparity is just because the Suns were missing so many shots, so the Clippers had an opportunity. I mean, they had 48 defensive rebounds compared to the Suns' 25. That's because those defensive rebounds are coming off all those Suns misses. But that is important to close out possessions that way. Not give them too many offensive rebounds. The Suns only had 10. In a game where they shot 31 of 93 to only have 10 offensive rebounds, Phoenix, that means the Clippers were cleaning the glass defensively. And the Clippers had 15 offensive rebounds. Great to see. But that stat from Law Murray of the Suns going 9 of 34 in shots in the paint, you don't see that very often. I credit the Clippers defense. The Suns also, they miss a lot of shots. But the Clippers were more physical. No Paul George tomorrow. He took something, some illegal substance.
Ticketmaster has tickets available to every.
He got popped for 25 games.
Last-minute decision. Ticketmaster's got you covered. And when you're in the building, you don't just see the highlights. You that no-look pass that makes the crowd gasp. That dunk that rattles the rim and shakes.
Do you see any postgame?
Not yet on YouTube. I'll check the socials.
The court that make you do a double take. So throw up your jersey, grab your crew, and lock in your tickets at Ticketmaster today. Because nothing beats being able to say you were there. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Clippers. Grab them before they're gone. Ticketmaster.com/Clippers. And we'll see you courtside, LA.
This is the Los Angeles Clippers. Heard exclusively on the LA Clippers Audio Network.
Clippers dominate the Suns. Without James Harden, they win 117-93. Harden out for personal reasons. Should be back tomorrow at Intuit Dome. Clippers taking on the Philadelphia 76ers, who are playing much better ball. Joel Embiid looks to be somewhat back. I'm not saying he's the MVP version of himself, but he looks good. And I'm happy to see that. I'd be happy to see James Harden back tomorrow, which we do expect. Interesting to see that Bogdan Bogdanović was available and didn't play in this game, even during garbage time, crunch time. Not crunch time, the opposite. Garbage time, inconsequential time, minutes late, after the Suns waved the white flag. It was kind of a head scratcher. I thought they might get him some minutes, let him break a sweat, catch a rhythm out there. Made me think, is there a trade going on behind the scenes? I don't know. Many have speculated that's a tradable contract because it's a team option for next year. So basically the bogey contract of $16 million for next year is a team option, and teams do value expiring contracts like that. Regarding Kawhi Leonard not making the All-Star game, before I get to your phone calls at 866-987-2570, I think I understand what the rationale is. I disagree with it. And the All-Star reserves, I'll give them to you here, just so, because if you're going to say a guy should make it, well, who should he make it over? It's easy to just say, well, how could this guy not make it, and throw up your arms? Well, who should he have made it over? So the West reserves go like this: Anthony Edwards, Denny Advia, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Jamal Murray, Chet Holmgren. I think I could make a case for Kawhi over 6 of 7 of these guys, 5 of 7 of these guys, at least 4. Anthony Edwards, sure. Denny Advia, I know they're doing some Team USA versus the world. There's 2 different Team USA teams, the Stars team and the Stripes team. So 4 total mini games of 12 minutes each. It's a little tournament style. And hopefully it's more competitive because people are playing for more pride out there for their country. And some people have speculated, oh, it's political. They had to get Denny Advia in. Denny Advia is having a hell of a year. And the Portland Trailblazers, they're right there in the standings with the Clippers. Denny Advia is worthy of being an all-star. I think the logic has to be the Clippers started 6-21 and fell woefully short of expectations. When you combine that with Kawhi missing 13 games in the first half of the season, so they were at game 48 today. So when the vote came out, they were at game 47. And if you miss 13 of the first 47 games, that's missing almost 30% of the games. That's pretty significant. So between missing 13 games and them starting 6-21, that's the logic or rationale the coaches had to be using to not vote in Kawhi to be a Western Conference All-Star reserve. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I get it. All these guys that made it over him played more games except for LeBron, but his team isn't 3 games under 500. They're 10 games over 500. Now the Clippers are only 2 games under 500, but everybody, even though you can say individually, yes, Kawhi's probably been the best player in the game the last 6 weeks. Well, the season didn't start 6 weeks ago. It started in late October. And for the Clippers to start 6-21 is pretty inexcusable, even with all the injuries going on. Kawhi missing 10 games straight early on. I get it. But that's a part of it, availability. And you can't start 6-21. Those games count just as much in the standings as the games over the last 6 weeks. So either these guys played more games, their team has a better record. One of those 2 things is going in their favor. That's where they're coming from. And I think the coaches do value and heavily weight team record. The Clippers are still under 500, guys. LeBron was never not going to make the game either. And it's consistent to have these aging legends always make the All-Star game regardless. For LeBron not to make it would go against what we've always seen in All-Star games with legend players or legendary players. I'm sorry. You can say he's not an all-star, but if Jordan was with the Wizards, then LeBron is now. That would be consistent with how they do this. You can say what you want about that, but they are being consistent with it. You knew LeBron was going to get in. I already knew, and I almost tweeted this out earlier today. I was going to tweet out, I was fully prepared for this. I was going to tweet out, I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed when Kawhi Leonard doesn't make the All-Star game today. Because I looked at who didn't make it, and I looked at team records, and I thought, yeah, I don't think he's getting in. So I wasn't shocked by it at all. I'm disappointed by it. It's at Intuit Dome. I talked about it pregame with Robert Flom, hashtag Paper Bowl. You can see that in the video section on the YouTube side. He brought up, is it aspiration related? He didn't like it. He bases it more off of individual play and numbers and how good Kawhi has been in the last 6 weeks as a two-way player. Even the last 6 weeks, though, he has missed a week of time during that stretch. He just missed a week. He's been on minutes restriction. Missing 13 games in the first half or missing 13 of 47 possible games is missing 30% of those games. That's not nothing. So I think this is the rationale. I'm not saying I agree with it. We know Kawhi has been incredible. Dominic calling in from Phoenix after the Clippers win 117-93 over the Suns. Or Dominic. Dominic, what's up?
It's Dominic. Thanks, Adam. So I was there at the game we played early in the season against the Suns. I was there tonight. We are 3-5. Kawhi didn't play, Harden didn't play, Jordan Miller didn't play, Kobe Sanders was still injured. And just seeing the two games, like comparing the two, this is such a completely different team from that first game. And if you remember, that was the game Bradley Beal ended up fracturing his hip. But just like the energy of the team, fighting on defense, fighting for boards. I remember being in the chat, just like felt like the world was ending. So to see this team and the way they're fighting and playing now, it's like one of the craziest turnarounds I've seen. I just want to shout out Kobe Sanders and Jordan Miller. They've been massive for us. Like, we've needed a scoring punch off the bench. Jordan Miller isn't Norman Powell, but the way he drives and puts rim pressure and gets to the free throw line, it gives me some Norman Powell vibes. And Kobe Sanders just been solid. Like, I trust him with the ball almost more than I trust Chris Dunn. Like, just solid bringing the ball up, makes the connective passing, can get his little midi in the paint. Like, those two have been huge for this turnaround. I just feel so much better about this team. And Zoo playing so much better than he was in the beginning of the season. So I just comparing those two games and where they're at now, it's night and day. And I love this team right now and the way they're playing.
Yeah, I still think Ivica Zubac has been up and down since he came back and then missed a game with the ankle and then came back again. But this was a great game from him, and the Laker game was a great game from him, and I think he's starting to get healthier. So to turn that into a positive, like Zoo and hasn't hit that run of games where he's given you, closer to 20 and 15 for maybe a couple of weeks, and they're still won games, this Clippers team. That's impressive. Appreciate the phone
and
call.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
I want to shout out Y2 Kelvin. I haven't seen him in a while, but I just want to shout out Y2 Kelvin, man.
Y2 Casual?
Go Zoo.
I thought they called him Y2
Y2
Casual in the chat. What happened to that
I just
guy?
seen him
He
today.
got cooked. That's why I can't take those guys that come in here and just overly negative, and then the Clippers are winning and they just are nowhere to be seen. It's tough to respect those chatters. It's tough. But shout him out, Dominic. I appreciate the phone call. 866-987-2570. Clippers cooking right now, 117-93, dominating the Phoenix Suns in the second half. Winning by 24. Quick timeout. We'll come back. More of your phone calls. 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. I'm Adam Moss. This is Clippers Talk here on AM 570 LA Sports.
NBA All-Star.
Shout out Y2 Casual. What happened to that guy? What happened? Where'd y'all go?
Get tickets now for NBA.
Shout out Y2 Casual. That's funny.
The countdown is on. Visit NBAevents.com to secure your
What happened? Yeah, somebody said, like,
Los Angeles.
what'd they say?
4 epic events.
Dunn was bad. It's like, do you just box score watch and see that he had a bad shooting game? Dunn's defense was elite. And he had a couple bad foul calls on him. Watch the defensive end. They don't hold the Phoenix Suns to 93 points without what Chris Dunn did. Y2 Kenyon's been summoned into casual purgatory.
They win 1-7. Next word.
Forget all this pushing the pace stuff with Chris Dunn. Look at his defense, my God. He's going to make an all-defensive team this year, most likely. Yeah, what happened to Clipper Edward? What happened?
Yeah.
Where'd y'all go?
Yeah.
What happened? Weak.
The more the Clippers win, the more some of these chatters run. Clippers run up the score in Phoenix, 117-93. Welcome back into Clippers Talk. I'm Adam Osland. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. Morris calling from Inglewood. Morris,
Hey,
what's up?
everybody within the sound of my voice, listen to this. The Clippers didn't have no reason to believe they was going to win this game tonight, and that's just the fact. Phoenix is not going to win the World Championship, but they're a winning team, well over 500. All right, and the Clippers don't have James Harden, and they don't have Kawhi Leonard. I'm telling you something.
Well, they had Kawhi tonight.
Oh, he did play tonight. Oh, I was listening to it when I left. Oh, thank you very much. My God, because had they beaten these guys without Kawhi and without Harden, that'd have been too much. One of the things that I noticed that when the Clippers had a streak early in the year, and your boy Zubac wasn't playing, okay, but then they had another streak was going on, and Kawhi wasn't playing. The common denominator is the coach. So it doesn't matter who's playing. The young guys are stepping up. How are they stepping up? They're stepping up on defense. What's your evidence? 90 points. Phoenix only scored 90 points. They only have, 43 at halftime? That happens with defense. I'm proud of these guys. I never would have suspected a team that was 6-21. Give me a break. Would be, 500 by the time the All-Star. And Kawhi, I was talking to your guy on KPFK, Ray Richardson, and I said, who's playing better than Kawhi right now? And he named a couple of guys, but it was a very short list. When Kawhi plays, there's nobody better. And if the Clippers can keep it going like this with their defense, because that's what's doing it for them, everybody can score in the NBA, but not everybody can stop, another team. If they can keep it going with their defense and Kawhi can stay healthy, you know what? I wouldn't bet against them. Because the name of the game is defense. I know you got to respect the Oklahoma to somebody, that's where it's written, you got to be. But I'm telling you, they got a defense. It's not sparkling. Defense don't look as pretty as, the slam dunks and the three-pointers, but that's how you win the game. Can you stop somebody? And right now, the Clippers are stopping people. And if I wasn't a Clippers fan, I would say that the Clippers got a no-name team, and they're winning because they don't recognize some of these young fellas that we're local, we know the guys, but they don't know, and the Clippers are winning. This is the story of the NBA. I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be the story of the NBA, 6-21. Nobody's ever overcome that. That's like going 3-5 or 6 in the NFL and think you're going to win something. Well, the Clippers are going to win something this year because, again, they're playing a defense. And that's what wins it for you. That was the disappointing that they lost the other night, but hey, man, all they got to do is pick it up and keep on winning, and they did it tonight against a winning team. So keep the defense up, give Tyronn Lue his props. I know everybody was talking crazy. Everybody was talking, me too, talking crazy early part of the year. Ain't nobody talking like that no more. So we're going to have to give the man his flowers. He got a good team. He got a good strategy for the materials he's got. And I wouldn't bet against them. I really wouldn't. They don't need nobody at the trade. Them young guys, like I said, man, they're doing something. They're doing the unexpected. You didn't expect them to be this good. Nobody did. But they're doing something on the defense, man. So, congratulations to them. I'm glad they won tonight, and they keep up their defense. They're going to be all right. All right, let me let you get somebody else.
All right, Morris, good phone call, 866-987-2570. Quick timeout. We'll close things out on the way back. Clippers closed down Phoenix early, winning 117-93 in Phoenix over the Suns. Front end of a back-to-back. Clippers back home tomorrow night, taking on the Philadelphia 76ers and Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. No PG in that one. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Talk here on AM 570 LA Sports.
You'll see hard work. A great invention.
Y'all better give Coach Lewis flowers, just like Morris in Long Beach said.
The road trip and the most.
You better.
With that kind of versatility.
Because y'all said they quit on Coach Lou. What happened to that? Did they quit on him or not? Sure don't look like it.
From California's best-selling truck brand, Ford. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Ever sign up for a phone plan thinking, wow, great.
I ain't forget the conversations.
It's like Surprise, your bills double.
Yeah, Morris has been calling in for a long time.
$5 a month forever. That's unlimited talk, text, and data starting at
He called into the Beast 980.
no price hikes, no contract. Head to your local Boost store today and get unlimited talk, text, and data for
Morris is one of the originals.
After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost unlimited plan.
Clippers fans, watching from the couch is fine, but the real show, that's in the arena. And when you've got to be there to catch all the sights, sounds, and styles.
The Twin Towers went plus 11.
As the official ticket marketplace of the LA.
The Twin Towers went plus 11. Now, it was all in the first half. They went even in their minutes in the second half, but you'll take it.
And when you're in the building, you don't just see
Man, have you guys noticed John Collins' handle is starting to look better? Like, I don't think all of a sudden his handle got better. I think it's a confidence thing. Now that John Collins is playing with more confidence, he's having an easier time holding on to the basketball, dribbling, going by guys with the dribble at times. I don't think Jeff and Tarzan is with us anymore because he'd be calling in. R.I.P.
Ticketmaster.com/Clippers, and we'll see you courtside, LA. Let's get back at it. This is LA Clippers basketball.
Clippers win in Phoenix. Final score 117-93. This is Clippers Talk. I'm Adam Mosland. Front end of a back-to-back. Clippers taking on the Sixers tomorrow night. Sean in Houston. Sean, what's up here on Clippers Talk?
Hey, Adam. I wanted to just give my 2 cents on the game. I really like the fact that we came out, even though initially we came out kind of sluggish and a lot of turnovers as they were kind of picking up their intensity early in the game. The Suns were. We battled back. We locked in defensively because that's without James Harden in the system, it's going to be very hard to get any semblance of a true offense. So we're going to have to do it on the defensive end. We did. That was great to see. I would say this game has a lot to do with mainly Booker being out and the fact that knowing how Dylan Brooks is as a irritant. When he saw James Harden not in the lineup, he gets up for James Harden. You could tell his energy was a little bit off too. By the way, he's like, "Oh, guy, I was all geared up to."
Well, Sean,
be James
it's not
Harden.
like he didn't get up for Kawhi. He tried to guard him, and Kawhi hit that three on him off the bounce. That was insane.
Yeah, but it was. Do you remember whenever he was going off on Harden in the beginning of the year? And they said that because we were Harden says, yeah, he this is what he does. You know, me and him, we worked out together in the off season.
Sure, I'm not giving Dylan Brooks any pass here, who went 7 of 20 in the ball game with 22 points when he had the green light out there. I like him. He's helped this Suns team tremendously, but I'm not giving him a pass. I appreciate the phone call, Sean. What's up?
Are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, I did like one thing that since I didn't get to see my boy James Harden, I saw a little bit of James Harden with a little bit of step back from my boy Jordan Miller, though. You know what I mean? So it was nice to see that. It's like his spirit was still there, so it was nice to see.
You're right. It was a nice James Harden, maybe nod to him, some homage. Before we get out of here, I want to hear from Ivica Zubac post-game on FanDuel TV, speaking with Lauren Rosen.
A season-high 20 rebounds for you tonight. How were you able to be so effective out there?
Shut up, man. Our defense was great in the first half. We were getting stop after stop, and good shit. And there was a lot of misses. We forced a lot of misses. We forced a lot of bad shots, so there was a lot of rebounds. And second half, I got a little more aggressive on the offensive glass. I was able to get a few of those, and that's it.
You talk about forcing misses. You told me you love the double big lineup where you play with Brook Lopez at the same time. This was your heaviest minutes together by far this season. How does it feel?
Feels great. Like every time, I know we didn't play together a lot, but every time we play, I feel like it's good for us. We're high IQ players. We communicate on defense, and when teams put a non-shooter or like a little, a guy who's not really confident from a 3-point line out there, we can play that double big. And on the offensive end, they put a big on me and they put a small on Brooke. That should be easy.
You were without your pick and roll partner, James Harden, tonight. How did the group come together and galvanize without him? What are you proud of as far as your young guys are concerned?
The energy. When you missing James is a lot. He is a big part of what we do, but the guy stepped up. We knew if we defend well, we're going to have a chance. So that's what we did. And shout out to James.
Shout out to James indeed. Thank you, Zoo.
Thank you.
Lauren Rosen there with Ivica Zubac as the Clippers go on to win 117-93 thanks to Big Zoo having 14 and 20 rebounds, 5 of 5 from the field. Gonna need some of that tomorrow against Joel Embiid. Not going to be easy. And if you're wondering about Ivica Zubac in that 2 big lineup, the double big, well, they went plus 11 in this game. So on the season now, I'm pretty sure they're positive in limited minutes. It's still early. We shall see how it goes. But it looks like they are trying to prove that this can work to Coach Lue so they can both get more minutes. And obviously, Brook Lopez, for him to get more minutes, he'd have to be able to share the floor more with Ivica Zubac, who's going to play the most minutes at the center position each and every night. And that's a good thing. Big Zoo starting to look healthier out there. Clippers winners of 17 of their last 21 contests. Back at it tomorrow at the Dome. Tip-off at 7, pregame at 6 against Philadelphia. Before we get out of here, I do want to thank the Clippers organization, Ralph Lawler, Brian Seaman, Noah Eagle, and Carlo Jimenez on the call in this one. Daniel West, our producer, back here in the bank. The callers, the chatters, Y2 Casual, appreciate all of you. I'm Adam Mollison. We'll talk to you tomorrow.